I have a shocking confession to make. For years I've been telling people that hackers wear black hoodies and they always keep the hood up. That's a lie. We actually wear cashmere turtlenecks. Okay, let's get into the lesson today. Today we are looking at generating word lists to use in password cracking or account compromise. I'm going to show you 4 tools today: Cool, Crunch, CUPPs. They sound like cereal. And then I'm going to show you a GUI called the Mentalist that you could show family and friends. So knowing how to use these types of tools will be really helpful when you want to make a password list to put into a password cracking application like Hydra. So let's go. So here we are inside our Kali virtual machine, and I'm just going to type cool. Here it is. Let's try cool help. Cool will help you generate a word list, and you can stipulate things like how deep within the website that the spider should go and crawl the website. Minimum word lengths. This is really important because we don't want a word list file that's just filled with a and an and the and as, short words that won't be passwords. So we can specify the default password length. I would recommend something like 6 or 7 probably. This offsite command lets the spider go to other websites. So if you include a link on this website to other websites, it'll go to those as well and pull those pages down. You can write the output of the file, obviously. We can count the word count. I'll show you that in real time, and we can make it verbose so we actually see what's coming up on the screen. It even includes stuff like proxy information and things if you want to authenticate or use proxies too. So let's just clear the screen with Command L, and we'll type cool, and we'll give it https GaryRuddle.com. Let's let it do its thing. There we go. That didn't take too long. And if I scroll back up the page, you can see all of the different words from my website. This will include blogs, even things from the navigation menu, things like that. So for example, if we scroll up, I think there's one near the top that's quite long. Here it is. Course, workshops, Switchfire, articles, newsletter. I don't know why that's all in one big massive string like that. I've never typed it like that into my website that I'm aware of, but maybe I need to go and check for it. So it's quite useful for that too. But you can see all the types of words that I use across my website. So if we want, we can output that to a text file, and we just write -w and then output.txt. And if I just stop it there with Control-C, you can see there's the text file on the desktop. But look, you get all these short little words that aren't going to be passwords. So let's fix that. Let's put the command up again. We'll give it a minimum word length of 7 letters and hit go. And I'll just stop it there. And as you can see, we don't have any of those short words anymore. So that's how that works. I don't have my email address on my website in text form, so I found another website that does have some email addresses on it. Let me show you how that works. So here it is. The -n suppresses the output. I'll remove that for the minute. I'll just put -e, and if I hit enter, you'll see what happens. Okay, I stopped it there because it was taking quite a while, but as you can see, it has found an email address, and it's also gave us the word list too, which isn't something that we were interested in. We were just interested in the email side of things. So if I add the -n, we can let it do its thing again. And when we kill it, we'll end up with just the email address itself without all of the words from the website above. So that's what -n does. Let's go back to my website. Let's go back to my website for a second and let's count some words because this is quite interesting. So we're going to stick with minimum of 5 just to make the count more interesting. And if I add -c, let me just delete this one from here first. And I run this. Cool will count how many times certain words appear on the website, which shows popular words. If I'm always using the word cyber, 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 which I do, that might be a common word that I use in my passwords. So you might want to think about putting that word into the password cracking tool. So that's why it's useful. If we just open this file up, you can see now Google 168, cyber, there it is, 165, manager, about, security, async, proof source. So you can see how powerful it is once you actually start adding things like -c to count. And that's pretty much it for Cool. You can now use this tool to go and take a website, a target website, and scrape it to find keywords. Okay, the next tool I want to show you is called Crunch, and it's really powerful. It can also take up a lot of disk space, so stand by to have to manage this. To be good at Crunch, you need to provide it as much data as possible. Situations where Crunch works really, really well is when you know part of the password. And a prime example of that is shoulder surfing. Let's say here I am typing in my super secret password and all of a sudden someone peeks over my shoulder and they get a glimpse of my password. They know it starts with a capital G. They know it ends in an exclamation mark. Those are massive pieces of intelligence to feed into Crunch to make it work faster and produce a shorter list. So let's look at Crunch. So the syntax is Crunch, and let's just type -h. You don't really get much here. You get Crunch minimum, maximum, and then some options. So let's type man crunch to get way more information. This is the daddy, this is the full-on manual for it. So come in here and have a look at some of these options that you're interested in. If you find yourself really, really intrigued by Crunch, the place to go is this manual, but I'm just going to show you the basics here. So let's just look at Crunch. 1, 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to type 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's what's going to happen. Crunch is going to make a list of numbers based out of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and its minimum result is going to be 1 character long, and its maximum result is going to be 2 characters long. So what we should expect to see is the number 1 on a line, then the number 2 on a different line, the number 3 on a different line, 4 on another line, and then it'll do 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4 all on their own lines. Let's have a look. So there we go. The minimum number of characters to put in a result is 1. So here they are, single digit results. The maximum is 2. So these are all 2 digits long, these ones. And the values to use are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is every permutation of those values. And where this might be interesting to some of you is, you know, those little locks that you get that have the numbers on them. If you wanted to make every single number using Crunch, you could so easily do that. So Crunch, minimum value is 4, the maximum value is also 4, and the options are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Here it goes. Boom. That is on a 4-digit lock, every single possible combination right there. And you can see how long this is. This is a really, really huge text file. And that's just with 4 digits. You think of a 15 character password with exclamation marks and all sorts of madness inside it. The different combinations are crazy. So let's look at that. Let's crunch, and we're just going to do 1 and 4, and the values are GARY. 340 lines we're going to get, and here we go. There they are, 340 lines, every version of those letters. Let's make it even longer. The minimum value is now 4, and the maximum value is 8, and we're going to give it exclamation mark as well. Look how many lines we got. 500,000 lines. But did it quick though, did it really quick. So that's still pretty impressive that it goes that quick, but we have 500,000 possible passwords here, or usernames or file names or whatever it is. It's really cool. If you try and do this manually, it will take forever to do. So crunch is really, really powerful. So let's look at some of the more useful usage of crunch. We can output the text file like we did before. Instead of -w, we type -o for output and we give it a text file. You can do that with most of these tools. All right, let me show you how special characters work in crunch, because this is one of its most powerful features. Let's crunch, and we will just do 9 and 9, minimum 9, maximum 9. So we're going to end up with a 9 character result. And what we're going to provide is -t. And let's say we know the password starts with PASSWORD. That is 8 of our 9 characters that we know. We know the person typed password, and then we're pretty sure it ended in a special character. So what we'll do is we'll put the little caret top thing, a character that I never use, we'll put it here. And it's going to generate 33 lines for us. And as you can see, we get password with every special character after it. Let's make it 10 characters, and let's add a number to the end. This is the symbol for a number inside of crunch. Let's hit go. It's going to generate 330 lines now, and we get password with every special character and every number after it. And this is really useful if you're doing like a CTF, capture the flag, or some sort of little challenge like that, and you just want to brute force a massive list of passwords. You know, if you go into an enterprise environment like a workplace where there's a security team and you try and fire this at a login using something like Hydra, you're going to get blocked. So it doesn't work like that. You have to be more specific. Let's make it 12 and 12. Here we've got an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, a number, and a special character. We're going to get 220,000 lines, password with every version of that afterwards. There's another tool I want to show you. It's called CUPP, Common User Password Profiler. It's a little Python script. It's on GitHub. It's free, it's fun, easy to use, and it's cool to show your friends and family why they shouldn't make dumb passwords like this. So let's check it out. Here we are. We're on the Mebus page. CUPP is here. We'll click the code button, hit the little copy icon, and back over here in our opt folder. If you don't know where that is, by the way, just cd/. You'll be back in the root directory, and then what you want to do is you want to change into the opt folder. That's where you can just sort of dump your extra tools that you come along. And we'll type git clone. I'll just put that in there. Sudo bang bang to run it as admin or as root. Here we go. There it is. Let's go into the CUPP folder. Let's check our permissions to make sure we can run it, and we can. We got rewrite execute across the board. So I believe you need to run this as root to make it work. Python CUPP. We go into interactive mode. -I means interactive, and if we hit enter, you get this nice sort of command line based GUI kind of thing for CUPP. Let's just give it some information. First name Gary Riddell. Nickname, wouldn't you love to know? Nickname, date of birth, some numbers, partner's name, please, subscribe, There we go. 8. None, none. Give it this. Rami, woof woof. Rami's Treats is his company name. Do we want to add some keywords about the victim? Yes. Ugly. Please. Subscribe. Hacker. Leet. Cyber. Do we want to add special characters? Yes, please. Do we want to add some random numbers? No thanks. Would we like to go into leet mode? No. Here we go. It's made a list of 21,528 words. And would we like to see it? Yes, we would. There they are. So it's taken everything that I've input. These are all the dates of birth that we typed in that were all nonsense. And these are some of the keywords that we typed in here. We typed in leet, and it's just adding every version to the end of it. And if I just close this, type ls, you'll see you get this Gary.txt file. And if we read it, here it is. And it just keeps going. These are all the passwords, potentially, or the usernames. And if I quit this, and if we do some grepping, let's say we cat the file, and let's grep for Rami. There we go. That's everything that was created with the word Rami in it. All the special characters, all the years. It's a really powerful, fun, simple tool to use. Definitely recommend you show this to some friends and family, because this is one that will help them understand why they shouldn't make bad passwords. So the last tool we're going to look at is called the Mentalist, and I've never played with it before. I just came across it doing research for this video, so you're going to see me make mistakes, tinker with it here in real time. If that's something that you're interested in seeing rather than the sort of polished stuff, let's check it out. This is the Mentalist here on Scott Free's GitHub. On the pre-built applications tab here within the wiki, you can see you got some install from source stuff. So let's have a quick look. I'm on a Mac running a virtual machine, so I could just run this, but let's just do it this way. Git clone. Let's grab this back in the command line, paste it in. It's missing the G from the start. There we go. Sudo bang bang. Let's move into the Mentalist folder. And it's got a few things inside it. Setup.py is probably what we're looking for. If we come back here, go into the folder and then run setup.py with install at the end. So let's sudo python setup.py install. There we go. And then to run it, we just type Mentalist. Let's type Mentalist. There we go. There's our nice GUI. Okay, let's see how this thing works. Let's add some base words. Let's give it a custom string. Let's put in Gary. Oh, it's also got the English dictionary loaded into it. Let's just remove that. And we'll give it another word, Rami, my dog. And let's add in, okay, some case stuff. Let's see if we can add lowercase all, uppercase first and lower the rest. Let's process this full word list. We'll save it to the desktop as test. Let's go. It's done already. There we go. As you can see, we've got a word list, Gary, lowercase as I typed it, Rami, lowercase as I typed it, and then it's done the uppercase first, lowercase rest here, capital R and a capital G. So that's what it's done. Let's add in some appending. So we'll add some stuff to the end. We're going to add numbers. Let's add some years. And it looks like it just does 1950 to 2030. I don't see any way of sort of customizing that. Well, maybe user defined. Okay, so from 1980 to 1990, maybe we know that Gary was born at some point in that time period. Okay, and we will remove that one then, and let's hit process, full word list. We'll call this one test 2 with numbers. Save it. Processing complete. Here it is on the desktop. There we go. Nice. We should see capital G's with all the years, and then lowercase g's with all the years, and some rammy stuff as well. Yep. So it works exactly as we expect. This is cool. I like this. So let's add some special characters. Exclamation mark, top of the list, classic. Let's add some dollars as well. There we go. And maybe we could prepend. Is that up here? Yeah, let's prepend. Maybe we'll put in custom string, password. People love that password. Process that one. Test 3 with password. Go. Here we go. So now we see password in front of everything, and we get all the expected results. I like this tool. It's nice. Very, very handy. And I guess substitution is going to be pretty powerful, because we could probably replace all instances. Yeah, here we go. This is the sort of leet speak stuff. All instances of these characters with these numbers. So let's say you want to swap the letter S in password for the number 5. People are clever and they try to do that. Let's do all of them in one go. Process this. Test 4 with substitution. Complete. And there it is. And you can see now, anywhere we had S's, which was in password, it's now swapped it out with the number 5. That's a really powerful tool. Another good one, again, to show family and friends or people in your industry that don't know about security, that need to know the basics. This is a really cool way to get them on board with making stronger passwords and maybe using a password manager. So keep this one in mind, because it's more visual. They can build the rules themselves. You could give them the mouse and they could click, click, rather than trying to give them the keyboard and having to type into these sort of command line based tools. Mentalist is cool. That's all I wanted to cover in this lesson. In an upcoming lesson, we will do some brute forcing using tools like Hydra and John the Ripper and things like that, but we'll save that for a rainy day. In the meantime, go check out these tools if you haven't played with them already, and have fun.